record now. 1 second. You good, my brother?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, hold on. Finish setting up to go live now. I don't know why they hear my chair squeaking. What's going on, world? Got another episode of Miseducated Opinion. Got your boy TJ here.
And it's your brother / minister, Roslev X.
Okay, my brother. I forgot you're a minister now. I forgot you're a minister. My bad. My bad. What qualifies you to be a minister, my brother?
You know what I'm saying? Just life journey, man. Life journey, man. I'm here to minister. I'm here to teach, man. I feel like I'm being serious. I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of being serious too.
Okay.
You know, I feel like I think that's maybe what I've along with my life. You know, I'm like, you know, I like word. I like talking to people. I kind of, you know, like kind of helping. You know, and this is I'm kind of I ain't gonna sound spiritual, but I'm into like deeper meaning of life and like understanding of being a human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when you're a human being, that means you're in the process of you're not complete. You know what I'm saying? You're always in the process of being I guess you're constantly changing. You know, you're always in the process of moving, evolving, and you know, so.
Okay. I got a question. What are you ministering? To be a minister, you got to be
Oh
preaching
man,
something.
well, I'm not preaching. Well, I'm not preaching anything.
I
I
mean,
guess,
ministering. What are you ministering?
trying to
Oh,
understanding life better. Trying to understand life. Trying to we preaching of maybe we thinking a lot of things that I guess we've been you know subjected to. You
okay.
know, sexual thoughts. You know,
Okay.
simple stuff. You know, I mean, just I guess being a man and / African American man, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta think, you gotta like we don't really it's like we gotta think it's like two separate people. We gotta it's like a double consciousness that Dr. W's boys talk about. Like you gotta have like you kinda gotta like you like think different. You gotta think from the perspective of being a human being, a man. And then you also gotta think of the fact that you also African American man. So now you gotta throw that into to it. So it's just like you gotta, because it's like whenever we be ourselves naturally, or ourselves culturally, then it becomes an issue. But not with us, it becomes an issue with other people. But because we are so busy trying to we're on this whole kumbaya, we want to achieve that Martin Luther King dream. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're not allowed. I don't think we're not allowed. We are, but we a lot of times gonna be ourselves. You know what I mean? I like this maybe as an African American man, maybe there's certain things you want to do because that's who you are, but because of oh man, you can't do like simple things of wearing dreads. You know what I'm saying? There's just some opportunities I'll be denied because I got dreads on. I got dreads. Like what does that have to do with who I am and my working performance? You know what I mean? So stuff like that. Like other people don't have like you might have to deal with a job or oh well you got straight hair, you can't work here because or you got this type of hair, you can't work here. Like, of course. But yeah, man, I don't know when it's all at.
I was just wondering. I it's funny you spoke on spirits. Like so, you said your spiritual not religious, right?
Yeah, I will say I'm working on my spirituality. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I be having questions, man.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What doctrine do you fall upon, or what doctrine do you lean on the most? I don't know. I forgot to take the autofocus on my camera, so my picture gonna be a little bit off because I forgot to take the autofocus off. But anyway, huh?
I say it's straight up here. The doctrine, I mean, of course, I ain't gonna lie. I take a little bit of what I like. I mean, of course, I take some things, about a 5% that I like. I incorporate some stuff. You know, and I also incorporate. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a fake Rastafari. I'm fake when it comes to that.
Okay,
I like
okay.
certain things.
My brother followed that. My brother followed it. So I get it. I get it. Like my brother followed that hard. Yeah, yeah,
Really, he's a rock. Oh, he's.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. Like for real, for real. Like all jokes
Oh,
aside.
okay.
Yeah,
I think like you told me this.
yeah.
Yeah, did he come in the shop one time?
I think so. Upon his journey, that's the route he went.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be sometimes thinking, I feel like I kind of like, I don't cap. I like the music and the how they look and stuff. I like the vision. You know what I'm saying? I like that too. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a whole religion that did not. It's some of the stuff that I like. You know, I kind of like that. It's really more so. I got introduced to them more so to the music. You know, and it's more so the music that kind of. But I do kind of like, you know, things about them. I just, you know, some things I can't really get behind, and I'm not sure because I think they kind of, it's like they got, you know, of course you have one religion, but then you have certain like many subgroups, and I know within Rastafari, well, I don't know actually how they say it. Actually, that's how I'm gonna say it. But they got different setups, you know, different, you know, some follow this and some kind of follow this. So, you know, but I mean, I take some of the stuff that they do, you know, that they say, they do. And I don't know. And then, of course, I got a Christian background. So, I mean, even though I try not to, you know, I try to learn that on my own. And when you grew up in something, it's kind of like, you know, it's always there.
It's
So
always there. Yeah, yeah. I feel you.
I
Uh,
just,
the reason it's funny that you spoke about that because like a lot of people might think I'm atheist. I'm not. I just don't. I don't believe in the creator the way they proclaim or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not an atheist at all. I feel like there is something greater than me out there. I just no man can describe it to me, in my opinion. But so you know how you know how YouTube basically it seems like YouTube be reading your mind or whatever. Like whatever you
I got that thing that be detecting when you
yeah,
say, bro.
yeah, yeah.
That's what
So
it is.
a couple things popped up on my little YouTube timeline. I went down that rabbit hole, bro. And
What?
somehow uh it was about I don't know, I don't want to say the name of this group wrong, but it's basically a bunch of atheists or whatever, and they got like a little podcast or a YouTube channel or whatever, and the Christians call in. It seemed like that's all that's calling is Christians or whatever. I have it in the Mormons, Christians and the Mormons. Those are the ones that call in or whatever. So I end up watching the debate between the Christian and the atheist. I think like I think for a Christian that's the wrong debate to have, like because nothing they can say, in my opinion, you know, so unless you follow, like it just seems like it's a losing cause. Like you're not gonna convince nobody to say they don't believe in the God, that there is a God, and vice versa. You're not gonna convince somebody that believe in God, there isn't a God. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be something that they find in their own, you know what I'm saying, in their own path. Cause you, like the dude is the host of the show, or the he said he grew up a Baptist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And now he don't believe, and one of the episodes, there was a Baptist. I mean, it was an atheist that fell into religion, which is amazing to me. I think that's the harder journey to say you don't believe than you do believe. But hey, but anyway, so when I was watching that, you know what I'm saying, I was like, okay, it made me start thinking. So today at the shop, Jurassic Park came on. So I think they played like three movies of Jurassic Park, whatever. So I put when you at the shop, whatever, you just put on some with a lot of loud noise or whatever to keep people entertained until you get to them or whatever. So then I started thinking, can Christianity describe dinosaurs? You know what I'm saying? Like, can they relate the two or whatever? So I went to YouTube to type in. I had my headphones or whatever, so I typed it in or whatever. Now, before I even tell you what they said, what is your opinion on dinosaurs and religion? Because this is right here was just interesting. So what is your understanding, or how do
I'm
you
gonna
feel
answer
about
your
it?
question. I'm gonna kind of answer the question. I kind of feel the same way about it. I mean, of course, the Bible doesn't really.
What do you
Hold
mean you feel the same about it? Like, what do you mean?
on. The Bible doesn't really. I'm talking about. Well, I guess I don't know. It doesn't really explain it. The Bible doesn't really explain it at all. I believe there was dinosaurs? I mean, yeah, because I mean, white people they can fake a lot of shit, but I don't think they can fake that.
Okay.
So I believe that there was dinosaurs. I mean, I don't know why the Bible doesn't explain it. Well, maybe it does. I mean, once again, it's a book that has been reinterpreted many times, taken out its original language, taken out its original context. I mean, there's other issues of the book that they don't put in the Bible. So it's just I don't even know how much you can trust the Bible. I'm not even gonna be honest.
Okay.
At the same time, I do believe dinosaurs are real. I mean, I don't know Christians, but see, I think a lot of times these Christians are. I mean, there's a couple of them that I know, and they're good people,
Yeah,
but
there's good people all
one
across
thing
the board. You
about
know
the
what I'm
good
saying?
ones,
I don't think
they
religion
don't.
defines your character. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's just the ones that don't try to force that shit on you. I ain't
Right.
gonna say force shit like it's that, but it's try to like that's something they choose, they
It's like
believe.
they shun you if you don't have that understanding.
Like, I can't rock with those. But the ones that like, hey, listen, I know you they have from a different background or something. We can still call conversation stuff like that. Cause I mean, I'm not a wild crazy dude. I'm not gonna do something that's, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, I don't necessarily hang around people like this. You know, live that type of lifestyle because there's certain things that I might want to do and say. And I don't want you. I want to feel like I can do it. I don't feel that I need to stop doing that.
Okay.
So, but
First of all,
yeah,
before I go into this, I want to say, I was last week. I was gonna have my boy Nard come on or whatever. He had a situation. I didn't hit him up in time today, so I didn't want to like bombard him or whatever. That's another business on him. So once I didn't do my part on getting hold to him or whatever. So I'm just getting that out real quick. But let me tell you, okay, now the one thing they said is that the word dinosaur, which means I think they said dangerous lizard or something like that. They said like that word wasn't invented to like the 1800s, like when they asked like the term dinosaur. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that was that. Then they went into the aspect of that in Job when God was trying to show Job like I'm the Almighty God, stuff like this here. He spoke. What was the word they used?
It's all the hell.
It started with H. It started with H. I can't remember the word or whatever. But it was basically describing an animal with a big belly or whatever. So they said, okay, they used the hippo and the elephant. But then they said, then it's described the tail like it swayed like basically said swayed like a tree or whatever. So they said that right there doesn't uh fit an elephant or a hippo or whatever. And then it described another animal that's supposed to be a sea creature. So that was that. But the part that made it funny, they said that on the ark, Noah's ark, it was dinosaurs on there. So I'm like, yo, 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 yo.
And think about it too. He had to get every animal. There are some animals
Now
that are
I'm
a
finna go.
certain part of a
I'm
certain
finna go into how they define that or whatever. They were saying, and I heard this before too. You know, what I'm saying some people even went a more detailed aspect, but I think when you start putting your own spin on it, now that goes into the lane of adding words to the Bible, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the way most of them said, some people say it was baby animals. Then they say it wasn't that he said get two of every animal because he said two of every kind. So what they try to say is not everybody, but these people that I'm speaking of or whatever that I've heard, they say that it was two of every kind. Like you might have a wolf, but you know a dog come from a wolf. You might have a lion, so they saying that's the cat family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they basically saying like it was just two of every kind. So basically saying evolution or whatever, or whatever. So then then everybody go to the lane of, well, how did these animals not eat each other or whatever? So this was the flaw I saw with the dude I was listening to today or whatever. And I mean, like I think if he could have put a better if he could have put a better spin on it, because to me clearly it was his personal spin or whatever. But he was like, when God created man, and then in verse 6 he created the dinosaurs. That's what the man said now. So he say that at the when he spoke on, he said the man would eat from the fruit and the animals would eat from the grass. He said, so in the beginning, dinosaurs, they weren't carnivores or whatever. He said, none of these animals ate, no species ate flesh. He said, until the sin was created, when Adam and Eve created the first sin. But the only flaw in that, he said, that's when they started to eat meat or whatever. So then I'm like, okay, so are you saying it's after Noah's Ark that they started eating meat, or was it before? Because if it was before, then they on this ark, and it's they on this ark, and they obviously they would eat each other, whatever. But he said, but then he put another spin on it. He said they didn't start eating flesh until they got off the ark. And he said the first animals they went after was the dinosaurs. He said they killed them, they ate them first, and that's why they extinct. And then he spoke on how the flood is how these animals how they was fossilized or whatever. But my thing was, okay, if we just going off what scientists say, and you want to tie religion into it, scientists say, well, before this meteor hit Earth and destroyed all the dinosaurs, it was the land froze over. So you know what I'm saying? They had to adjust that. So a lot of animals died. I mean, a lot of dinosaurs died during that time or whatever. And then when the meteor hit or whatever, it killed all of them. So going off what Noah Ark say, you know what I'm saying, God was disdained from the earth or whatever. He was upset. So he was gonna recreate everything. So if we gonna believe what scientists say, when the dinosaurs were destroyed at basically all at once or whatever, was God upset with the dinosaurs? Did they do something sinful? So he said, you know what, I'm gonna punish all the dinosaurs or whatever. But it just confusing to me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make any sense. Nobody can it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Now I did remember that part in the Bible about the whole. I know they were herbivores. They didn't eat nothing till after that, and then they was able to eat flesh. You know, and then if you like the little,
But was that what
well, I don't,
I'm saying? I'm
well,
sorry, wait, pause. So, by you speaking on, you remember that part? Was that before they got on the ark, or after they got on the ark when they became, you know, what I'm saying, carnivores?
it was after they got in the ark. I forgot this whole scene, but they was able to eat flesh. Something, it was something. Something had said. It was, I remember they little altar thing. It was like something they could partake flesh. Because I don't even think they wasn't even doing sacrifice at first.
Right, correct.
I think that was like the first time they did. I'm not sure, but the first time they did like a sacrifice.
Okay.
I don't know. No, that's probably not true.
Not,
It was something.
yeah,
It was something.
I
But
could be
yeah,
wrong.
I do
I think you're
believe
right. They
that
didn't start
part.
sacrificing
Which will
animals.
make sense because.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Hmm?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
I mean, if you think about it, I do go to the thing. I do think the earth is probably definitely, as you can see, it has nutrition, it has everything that you need.
That's true. That's true.
It takes care of your body. I mean, if you a person with a plant based diet, first place person who eats like meat, the person with a plant based diet is usually going to be better. You shouldn't eat meat every day. You should only, you know what I'm saying. You should stay away from red meat. So, because it takes more work with our digestion
It
to
takes long.
digest that.
Yeah, it takes long.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, going to that, so I get the whole plant thing. You know what I'm saying? The animal stuff. I get you. I don't understand. Like you said, how do they stop them eating? I mean, because you got lions in there with cells and stuff, and you got other stuff in there, and
Right.
I mean, what was it? 40 days and 40 days.
Yeah.
I mean, so he had to kill some kind of animal.
Another
Some of
thing.
them animals there just to be there saying something
Another thing he said,
for the
like
feast.
he actually
I'm
described.
just saying, bro.
Look, the
What's going on there?
dude actually described how big the ark was.
Niggas gonna get tired. Huh?
I said he actually described like how big the ark was. Like he went from
Yeah,
the
they do
land.
describe it. I'm seeing like it's huge as hell.
No,
I'm sure it was. But, I don't
he
know.
said it. He
Does
said
it
it was
even
3
matter though?
stories.
What does
Ain't
that do
nothing
with
wrong with
us?
your audio, bro. Like you getting a delay on me or whatever, because like we speaking over each other.
That's why I don't know. That's why I took the took the Bluetooth off.
No. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like the Bible doesn't describe like that it was 3 feet, 3 levels on the ark. It doesn't say that. So where did he get this from? You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like his not even his interpretation, because that's his own spin on it. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, and I just think with religion, and I always go to Christianity because that's what I was brought up as. You know what I'm saying? I grew up as a Christian or whatever. So I can't really attack the Islam religion because that was something that I was introduced to later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Buddhism, that's something I was introduced to later on. Like, matter of fact, I had a partner of mine, and I'll never forget this. I think I was in the 8th, might have been the 7th grade, but I want to say the 8th grade. I thought everybody was Christian, bro. Like, I heard of other religions, but I thought everybody was Christian. I think I told this story here before. And I was at his house, you know what I'm saying? We was hanging out playing or whatever. Then his dad said, like, they finna pray. And another thing, like, I knew his mother was Baptist because him and my mom had this, like, his mom and my mom used to talk or whatever. They was cool. So I'm thinking that, you know, we finna pray, finna bow our heads or whatever. So then when I bowed my head, you know, they started speaking their Islamic tongue or whatever. And I looked up and I was like, yo. And I was trying my best not to laugh, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like shocked. And I remember I got in the car with my mom's or whatever when she came and picked me up. And I was like, Mama, don't get mad at me. I said, but all them going to hell. I said, all them going to hell. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't know who they was praying to, but all them going to hell. And this is the thing that, like, this would first open up my eyes to everything or whatever. We had another friend. It was 3 of us at the time. We used to hang out. So me and the other friend, we at the pool one time, and we swimming, just hanging out. And I said, hey, man, blase blah going to hell. And then this the question that rocked me. He said, how do you know? That just blew my mind, man. It just, that right there was the beginning of everything for me, you know? So I can't speak on what made somebody else start their own journey or start questioning stuff or whatever. Even though at that time I was still a Christian, but like the questions was there, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that I felt like that was weird, I didn't understand. That question right there just validate every question. It's like, what? Wait, because my mom, the pastor say so, my mama say so, but then I start understanding it. Basically, going off to most people is the way you was raised. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna follow that trait. Just like when you got like a lot of people, when you go to the doctor and they say you got diabetes or whatever, they're gonna ask you, is anybody else in your family diabetic? You know what I'm saying? Because it's it's hereditary. So I think religion is hereditary. You know what I'm saying? You're indoctrinated into a certain type of religion. Just like if you have somebody in your family that's Republican or Democrat, like your parents are 9 times out of 10, you're gonna follow their views and stuff like that. So that right there, so I don't tell nobody they wrong about religion. I tell you, it don't make no sense to me. And then, you know what I'm saying, to say that a man who was born and died just like I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? It's like he told you this. Well, how did he know? You know what I'm saying? So then I look at cults. And anything that goes off this in Western civilization, like anything that and differs from that is considered a cult. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when I say that, you have Muslims or whatever, but that's not indifferent in America. You know what I'm saying? But the Nation of Islam was considered a cult. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrews is not considered a cult, but certain sectors would be considered a cult, but because of their ideology or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I don't know if you remember Heaven's Gate or whatever. I always go back to Heaven's Gate, but if you look at the root of Heaven's Gate, that's the people that killed themselves in California back in the early 90s or whatever. Like if you go back to the root of them, it was all based off of Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Like what was the people that was in Waco, Texas? I can't think of the name of that. That's when they had to shoot out with the police and all this stuff there, or whatever. The dude that was in front, ahead of that, you know what I'm saying? They were saying he was Jesus that returned or whatever. If you look at Jim Jones or whatever, they was Baptists, but but they considered them a cult though. You know what I'm saying? He got all these people killed. They said so. I think that like Christianity, Islam, these are the ones that were just they was able to go outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Like it had a strict ruling and it stuck with that. That's why it's not considered a cult. But I guarantee if you go to some of these churches or whatever, or some of these halls or some of these temples, you know what I'm saying, and you listen to the ideology that individual place is preaching, I bet you some of them come off as cult-like to me. You know what I'm saying? It might not be as severe or as intense as the ones I previously just spoke of or whatever. But just the way they run stuff, it's cult like. A lot of these places, whoever their leader is, that's what they really worship. And that was another thing. So like once my eyes, when my partner said, "How do you know?" I started looking at the places that I was attending as a child, and not saying that my mother did it intentionally, but I like, man, I didn't know the word cult like, I didn't understand what cult mean, but I just felt like these were cult like places. You know what I'm saying? So again, like it doesn't make any sense to me. Religion, I can respect somebody say they spiritual, you know what I'm saying, and they on their own personal journey. Even if you want to say you're religious, you know what I'm saying, it depends on how you use that to better yourself in life. You know what I'm saying? Like we just said, you have good people on both sides of the fence. People that's spiritual, people that's religious, people that don't believe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean they're individual as a person. They're bad. We just have different understandings or whatever. I ain't gonna say beliefs. We have different understandings or whatever. I just can't. I can't align myself with something that. And I'll say this with the Bible. Like it's so many things that's contradictory to me in the Bible, and it just doesn't make sense. Like like even in the Bible, like I don't even think God is the good guy in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I mean, because he plays both sides of the fence. Like even with the whole Adam and Eve story or whatever, it's like everybody say that the serpent was the first gave the first temptation or whatever. But I was like, no. In my opinion, just my opinion or whatever. The tree of knowledge or wisdom, whatever you want to call it, God put it there. So that was the first temptation. Don't touch this or whatever. Like it doesn't make any sense to put that there. Like, why? Why? Like, what kind of games you playing? And if you know everything, you already know that these perfect people that you created is gonna go awry. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me. It just to me,
I ain't gonna lie.
it doesn't make sense.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't.
You what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, to me, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I be having questions too.
But
Like,
as kids,
all the stuff that goes on. I ain't gonna lie. I'm used.
As kids, they tell us we're not supposed to question God. So so once again, right there, just believe what I tell you, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start questioning, most of these individuals that you're questioning, they have no answer. So that's why they say don't question, because I can't. I have the same question. I can't. And I can't answer that. So it ain't that we questioning God. We're questioning God, but we're coming to you for the answers because you're the source, and you're supposed to be the one that understands the Bible better than everybody, but you have no answers. So I don't know, man. To me, it just like it's a mass confusion. Everything is meant to put the the veil over your eyes. It's to make everything blurry. It's just like they try to herd us into being sheep. And that's just my understanding of the whole situation. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. There's nothing nobody can tell me to make me get it now. So I just walk my own journey or whatever. But I understand that, like, I'm a joke about I'm a joke and talk shit about Christianity because that's just who I am. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not gonna tell you not to believe, as long as it make you a good person. Because one thing I do know, with the struggle of black men, with the black race, the African American race, whatever you want to call us, whatever the Negroes, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call us, Christianity played a big role to get us where we at now, like a big role. It helped a lot of people get through tough times. So I'm not knocking that. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like even when I remember one time I had to put a post on Facebook, and I was like, if the slave masters were praying to Jesus to keep their slaves and keep them in line, and the slaves were praying to Jesus to get them out of slavery, who was he answering?
I sound like he's that slave master.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you. Same thing, man. Can you hear me?
Listen, if you go to the Hebrews, though, they're gonna say because we're being punished, that's why we didn't come out of the wilderness. But God wasn't listening because we wasn't, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't living right.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can
All
hear
right.
you.
No, I was thinking along the lines of that too, because I was because sometimes they always be like the world in, the world goes in, I go back, I go back. And I'd be like, all that stuff happening in the world, like I don't know, maybe not coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm feeling slavery going on. Why the hell he gonna wait till that over to now to come back? You should take back during that time. And you know what I'm saying? And save the people. Like you gonna let all that happen? That's why sometimes I be questioning. I'm like, man, and then like man, the Hebrew like, oh, we curse. I'm like, nigga, how he curse? I mean, why he curse us? I mean, how he really? I don't understand that. That was some foul stuff that we were, man. And it's just like you said, the slave master, he prayed to God, like he said, just keep the slaves in check and keep in line with slaves. And the slave prayed the same thing. It don't seem like he answered too many of them.
Hey, for
Because
real.
he never not once. I mean, you had little instances here and there,
So does that make
but I mean, it's
a
never.
righteous God?
I don't know, bro.
You
I
see
don't
what I'm
even
saying?
honestly.
Like so, like so even if you want to say, okay, God, you know what I'm saying? He does stuff on his own time or whatever. But is he a righteous God then? Because
I don't know.
people
I don't know.
suffer.
I don't know.
But he tells you, I am the creator of good, I am the creator of evil. He plays both sides of the fence to me. You know what I'm saying? So like it don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And like I can't pray to somebody or worship somebody. It's like God is on the ego trip too, though. You know, but that's just me. You're gonna come to heaven so you just worship me every day. What? What? This is like doesn't seem fun.
I ask people questions about that.
So
I ask questions about that too, man, because I be thinking the same thing.
and then, but
Hello?
it seems like everything that Christianity is like when you talk about it, they go to the book. And I understand that's your source, but can you give me anything outside of that book that makes that true? You're going straight to a book, but like with science, like you can go to different aspects to confirm some things or whatever. And I'm not saying that science is always right, but science has done a better job of making stuff uh, uh, believable to me. I'll say that there. They can show you, okay, this is why I'm saying this, and this is why I'm saying that, and this is the conclusion I come to based off this information. Christianity doesn't do that for me. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like with Christianity, I just feel like what do we do so bad for you to make us go through that? You know what I'm saying? And black people always say when we were brought to America, we were stripped of our culture, we were stripped of our beliefs, we were stripped of our names. So they stripped of our beliefs and gave us their belief. Once again, that doesn't make any sense to me. But then if you talk to a Hebrew or some devout Christians or whatever, they say, no, this was ours. And they just took it and, you know what I'm saying, put their own little spin on it. But even if they put their own spin on it, they spin that they created, they gave you the spin version of it. So once again, it doesn't make any sense. And then if you look at like a lot of stories in the Bible, it's other religions that have these same stories or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, who's stealing from who? I just don't get it. Oh, another thing the dude said, he said he's a believer in the young earth or whatever. Like, I think he said 2,000 to 6,000 years old. So basically, he's saying that when this was talking about the dinosaurs, he said dinosaurs aren't no older than 2,000 to 6,000 years. I'm like, I don't know if I can buy that. But then he okay, I'm gonna give you a story. He said, and I'm gonna see if it basically said if I can hypnotize you. I think that's the word he used or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a story. He said a guy. Let me see. Remember, I want to say it right. He said a guy was running from home. He made a left, made another left, and made another left. And on his way home, two guys and masks was waiting on him. Do you get it? Do you get it?
Yeah.
He said a guy ran from home, made a left, made another left, made another left, and then on his way home, two guys in masks was waiting on him. So tell me what I just described.
I don't know.
I mean, do you think he's been robbed? Because I did. 2 guys in masks was waiting on.
Yeah.
Okay, but then he said, now this the part he said made it so dope. But he was just the only. He said, but the only thing that made it bad though, he was just saying only science does this, and I'm like, your religion does the same thing. But what he was describing a person in baseball that was running from home to first base, to second base, to third base, to home plate, with the umpire and the catcher was waiting on with mask or whatever. Did your mind even go to baseball? But he's saying that's the way. I don't know if he's using the word hypnotized or whatever, but basically saying, so I can indoctrinate you. And I'm like, your Bible does the same thing. You're using it to justify your Bible, saying this is what science does to you. And I'm saying your Bible does the same thing. But when he said it, I didn't get it, so I didn't get it. So I'm just listening. I was like, oh, okay. So I just feel like religion is indoctrination. Spirituality, that's something totally different. That's something that even if you do follow Christianity, you don't have to be religious with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like religious, it puts you in the box. Anything you do outside of that box, you know what I'm saying? You're vilified in the church. So they even go like when people speak on the homosexuality stuff or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But now you got churches with homosexual pastors and they're saying that, hey, God loves all, this, that, and the third. No sin is greater than the other. So I once again with that, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you bring up Sodom and Gomorrah, you know what I'm saying? It's like he destroyed these cities because of this. But then you look at animals, you got animals that participate in homosexual acts. And people don't believe it. Look it up for yourself. But
I see.
Yeah. I think you had that conversation or whatever. So are they sinning?
Yeah.
So the animals going to hell. I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Like hell too.
So I'm not sitting up here telling no homosexual like, hey, you wrong for that. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I do feel like everybody's here to procreate, and I don't know how you create with you know what I'm saying, with two of the same sex or whatever. But you know, so I'm not saying you wrong. I mean, hey, do you, bro? I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So it just religion, man. It's so confusing to me, and I feel like if you follow, like if you fall into it, it's just like you're a walking sheep to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just something you was told, and anything that goes against that, you're not gonna challenge. I say that there, you're not gonna challenge your beliefs because my mama said that. But it's a lot of things our parents did and told us. Now that we're older, we realize, hey, no, I can't do that to my child. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense or whatever. But we won't do that. We won't do that with that Bible though. We won't do that with that Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see people, like I don't know if you've seen people on the internet, they'll roll a blunt or a joint, you know what I'm saying, out of the Bible pages. And people freak out about that. Oh, you finna go to hell now. Oh, I'm talking about like if you want to see you want a religious person out, do something to that Bible. Burn the Bible, bro. Boy, they might come get you. You know what I'm saying? Throwing the oils and all this stuff on him. And I don't even want to go into the Mormons or whatever. Like that Mormonism, man. You ever saw the episode of South Park?
Oh, shh.
You ever saw the episode of South Park? You know what I'm saying, when they spoke about the Mormons?
I don't remember.
Man, that junk is hilarious. But and I told you go down that YouTube rabbit hole or whatever. They had this female trying to describe. She was basically like, how what the people do with the movies or whatever. How they get a review on it. She was giving her review on the stuff the Mormons did or whatever. And this is a guy that said that it was white Indians over here, and Jesus came to America. After he rose up after them 3 days, he came to America. It's white Indians, bro. And he said they went to war with they went to war with the Red Indians, and only one survived. And right before he died, he hit these
Red Indians.
Yeah. So he hit these templates that God had given them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then the angel came.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this man reading stuff out the hat, bro. You reading it out of the hat.
Oh, yeah, I get behind that shit. Yeah, that's just not bullshit. They follow that.
That's cult-like, but then it goes to the as a kid, I remember seeing all the Latter-day Saints, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that was I didn't know. I thought they were just like these people care about kids and all this stuff. No, them are goofies to me. And if you read how they feel about black people at the beginning, but they always say it's another prophet come along to redefine stuff with it. And I think just they do that just to make sure they always in good standings or whatever. Like Mormonism is crazy. If you look at Jehovah's Witnesses, do you know, man, it's been so many times when Jehovah's Witness said that Jesus person, I think he was supposed to return to 1913, 1914, I can't remember, it was 1970 some or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But they it was supposed to be the end of times or whatever, but they always got a reason why it didn't happen. Like in 1914, they say World War II was the beginning of the end of the world or whatever. So like they because Jesus didn't return, or if I'm not mistaken, it's probably somebody like, oh, that ain't exactly what he's saying. But if Jesus didn't return or whatever, when he didn't return or whatever, they saying it was the beginning. That was the beginning of the last days or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm speaking on religion, bro, because like this stuff just really just blew my freaking mind. Like how people like follow this. Like this man to my like even with Moses talking snakes and the rivers parted. But why Jesus ain't God? I mean, not Jesus. Why God not doing this stuff now? Like reveal yourself, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like you did all this thing, but we see none of these things now.
Well, I feel the same. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It's like I think you're getting a delay, bro, but I hear you though.
Do you see my message? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just thinking because it's like I speak when you start speaking. I don't know if it's the internet like strength in here.
It's definitely a lag, but I hear you though, bro.
Like,
I don't know what you got going on over there, but go ahead.
Hold on, because like I said, all right. I definitely hear you now, especially on that whole guy stuff. I feel like I've been trying to like the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's just like, yo, man, I don't understand. Like, if you really want to believe in you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why you make yourself known. But then I guess when he do make it sense, it's like I got questions. Like, why allow this stuff? Said like you create a situation when people do what you know they gonna do. Like you have this, you feel this way about it. But then at the end of the day, we all get messed up because it's like, I don't understand, like you said.
But Jesus is love.
Because you say, God, you said the whole tree of temptation, but I feel like God was a temptation. Because it's like, you knew that when you eat this tree, they couldn't touch it, and you didn't want to eat them, but you knew they were going to eat them, and they did anyway. Then somehow tell me you ain't know about the whole thing. You ain't see that, like, let's make up to something different. Like, so I understand how you get mad at. I don't get it, man. Like you said, so much that goes on. Like, I mean, for us, like, look at all this stuff. It's like we gotta live this stuff, and you deal with it, and then you tell us to go to church and stuff. I don't pray to this guy that don't. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I might need to change my to the white man guy. He answered his prayers
all the time. All the time.
I like it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Jesus told me, I don't know what Jesus be doing. I don't know. Maybe he gets Black Jesus. You know, Black Jesus. He's probably late. I don't know, but I don't know, man. Religion definitely have questions, man. I be trying to figure out God. You know, I understand if he like real. Like I'm as far as coming to creation and stuff. I don't know. I haven't got to that part. Maybe creation. I might too. I just don't feel like this song just came out. I mean, it's just too many. It's just too many things. Man, so you do realize it's a whole world in the sea. It's you know what I'm saying? A whole new world in the like underwater. It's species of fish from all that type of stuff. Then you got birds that can fly. You know what I'm saying? You got birds. I mean, you got animals that can live in that. The top time, you got. I mean, you got people everywhere. I mean, you got the way the world is designed, the way the place. I mean, how all this stuff. it's just okay. It got to be something that's behind it. But as far as like God, the Judean Christian version of God, even, I'm not really Islam. A lot like some of the things they do, but as far as their teachings and stuff,
I'm with you on that.
I'm not really into none of that.
On that.
I don't know.
Now, my thing is, and this might not make sense, but and I think you had this conversation. And I think you said you don't understand what you ain't get my point of view on it. But when I speak of something greater than me, and if you want to use the word God, we can use the word dog or whatever. I mean God, I mean say dog, but you said the word backwards is dog. But anyway, when you speak of God or whatever, and I say that, I'm just using the word God. Anyway, when I say there's something greater than me and that a God created this or whatever, I still don't, I can't say if it's an intelligent being, you know what I'm saying? Or something that just is. Because when you say God, everybody think you're saying an intelligent being. And I'm saying like, if it was the gases,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If the gases and all this stuff here right here created the earth or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, created this universe or whatever, then those gases are the greater things than me because I couldn't create this universe. So, and that's where I'm coming from. So I don't mean that it's an intelligent being, you know what I'm saying, when I say something greater than me.
I feel
But
like it's an intelligent being.
I remember you had this conversation.
The gas, like think about water. Just how simple water is. Two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. Like in that case, water. Like that's not no. That's something that's thought of. That's two. Is just like all the stuff like a bunch of atoms put together have because technically we don't see color. You know, I mean, our brain wanted that. I mean, our brain wouldn't see color. It's weird how stuff works. So our brain has been to see. Our brain had see color, and
Right. Yeah. Yes. It's like the ultra rays present color to you.
no, it's too. That's what I'm saying. It says too. Like if you read about how the brain and how it works, how it's seeing, and how stuff is just a reflection of light. It's
right.
just too. Technically, I'm not seeing you. You're not really seeing me. Like this because the way our brain has been made, it brings color, brings life. Like you don't technically understand what you were saying. You were saying what I'm saying. Like words are like, these are nothing but vibrations. You're in a vibration, and it's being translated to words.
I'm without
you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that is too thought out. I just can't believe, man, this is happening.
But I do
amazing.
Like, I feel like we're all one because like you hear some scientists say how like we are part of the universe and like parts of the universe are in us and part of us are in the universe. I think it's just one big being or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If that's not, I don't really know how to describe what I'm saying, but I know that I feel like everything is one. You know what I'm saying? And then like when you broke down what what water was, and all type of stuff here. Bro, what you got going on? But anyway, like when you described it, that those are things that once and that now I'm going to be attacking scientists or whatever. But those are the way scientists are describing this, that, and the third. Because you got to remember, at one point in time, they thought the Earth was flat. At one point in time, they thought the sun, you know what I'm saying, rotated around the Earth or whatever. So I think just for our time, you know what I'm saying, this is as far as we don't got with this understanding or whatever. Who's to say if the Earth is here 4,000 years from now? They're going to debunk so much stuff the way we think now, bro. They're going to think we were primitive. You know what I'm saying? So as time evolves, you get more understanding of what's what. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some scientists say that I haven't seen anything that that confirmed it, but they feel like Mars was a habitable planet, a habitable planet at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then they look out with they telescopes or whatever, and they see other planets out here that are habitable or have grass and water and stuff like that. So that and that's another thing that confuses me about Christianity. They feel like this is the only planet that God created. This vast universe with all these different planets or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is the only one he said is gonna be life on. I'm gonna create all these different galaxies with all these different planets. And this is the only one where life is gonna be on. That doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, but even if it is, that's amazing. Though, just think about either they're too cold or they're too hot, and this planet is perfect. Like I think Earth is a perfect. I don't think. I think Earth
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
That inhabit Earth is the reason why a lot of this. I don't necessarily say I blame God everything because I feel like I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Like I don't get it. I mean, the world like, kind of. I don't know. It's kind of crazy and kind of stuff, but it's like how do you differentiate yourself with? People, it's like, are you the same God? Are you saying that the same God that the slaves, like you said, pray to? The same God that the slaves pray to? Like, it's like, as a God, how do you say prayers? And at the same time, tell them to, you saying, hey, it's okay, but you also telling them that it's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? By letting them live, letting them get to do what they do. And it's just that, man, I don't know where I'm at with God. I think I don't know. I do, like I said, the earth amazing, and I do for that was created. I think after this, but as far as like, I don't know, man. I don't necessarily look at the Bible like that. I think I don't know if it's like a fairy tale.
I think the Bible. I think the Bible's a better version of Harry Potter. It's the better version of Harry Potter, man.
I mean, I ain't gonna do that.
I am. It's a Harry Potter story to me. And people like
I feel like people use the Bible and it probably does help them, with life.
I'm with that.
So I probably going to do that to Harry Potter. Harry Potter just, you know what I mean? Not the same.
It's just what it's pretend, right?
I don't necessarily say, I'm going to. You say what?
It's a pretend, right? Yeah, it's definitely lagging everything you're hearing, but Harry Potter is a pretend story. And I just feel like that's what the Bible is, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, but it doesn't mean it doesn't create great people.
But there's actually.
There's actually what?
But there are actual like history.
There was what? There's no dates in the Bible. There's no dates. Give me one.
No, I'm saying, but there's people that are real. Like it wasn't like these people were fake. These were real people.
Who?
Like David was a real king. Like Solomon, these were people. So I don't believe.
Where's the proof that these people?
I don't know, bro.
Where's the proof that David and Solomon? Where's the proof that they existed? Help me there. I could be wrong, but where's the proof that they existed?
Yeah, look on history. I don't have it in front of me, but there's proof that they existed.
I'm saying,
think about that's the proof in Israel. The people I don't know has. Because a lot of nations got lost and stuff. I don't know what happened.
I'm saying outside of the Bible. What I'm asking is, are you saying there's a source outside the Bible that proves that these people existed? Not these the Hebrews
history
or what I'm saying. Okay, listen to me, bro. I'm saying outside of the Bible, is there any source that I can go to to prove that these individual people existed?
I mean, I don't type it online though. I don't understand. I have a source, but they are existing. I mean, these people, as far as writing, I don't know that
Hebrews exist today. We know Jews existed because Jews exist today. We know the Romans exist because the Romans exist today. I'm saying these individual people. Is there proof that Moses existed outside the Bible?
Yeah, well, you got to think about it because of religion and the history is close together that, I mean, it's going to, like, in the early Hebrew days, yes, it existed.
Okay,
yes.
I
don't know, but
I'm just trying.
I just don't think it's fairy tale. I think these people are real. I just don't sit there and say, or I look at the Bible every day, or if it's not in the Bible, I just don't do that.
Yeah, well, I do that or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But my parents did.
I feel like I'm just going to one source.
My parents died. My dad died.
I
Huh?
mean, I'm saying to me personally, I feel like it's a fairy tale story. You know what I'm saying? Like I read Harry Potter. I feel
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I feel like it's the same thing as the Bible.
you
Like
don't like God nor Obama.
like when they
So
say Jonah in the whale or whatever. Do you know like the whale can't even ingest a human being or whatever? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like Jonah, like I think that
I,
uh, uh,
I'm
uh,
pretty sure he can. I'm pretty sure he can.
no, like the whale can. I think like its digestion is like the size of like something, nothing no bigger than an orange. If I'm not
Oh, but he didn't come
mistaken.
out his. He came out his mouth.
Hey man, hey, look, believe what you believe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, believe what you believe. It just doesn't
I
make
mean, yeah,
sense
you're
to
right.
me.
I don't
It
know.
doesn't make any sense to
I
me.
really don't. I don't know.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
really
Like,
don't care about
like
that.
there's no proof that Jesus existed outside of the Bible. That's what I'm
I
saying.
think
Like
there is proof that Jesus existed. If you
everything,
go, I mean, History Channel a whole thing about Jesus.
and it always reverts to the Bible. There is where's this
Well, you got to think
like,
about that's because that's like the history. That's who
the
kept records
land,
of him.
the
Jesus wasn't.
land, the
He was
land that
somebody
he came
who keeps
from
records of
is
him.
this.
Like if
But
you don't care about, Jesus, they're not gonna. I mean, there's other no
okay, let me ask you a
about
question.
Jesus.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. Do you believe all this like when it comes to Kemet people, you know what I'm saying? They believe in and I'm gonna give the Greek terms or whatever, Horus and a set or whatever. Do you believe that? Are those fairy tales?
No, I do not believe in that stuff. You know,
Okay, but this is the same thing to me, bro. They got their writings on the walls. These temples, I mean, you know, but at least there's
I know. I
these
don't
people
know.
exist.
No.
No,
The
no,
only reason
these
because
people exist.
people
It's proof
Kim and
that
stuff. It's
that
not
time
even.
existed. We have no proof
Huh?
of those, like, or when they found these pyramids or whatever, you know, because they thought they could, like Denzel said it best. They thought the Egyptians thought they could take their treasures with them or whatever, and he said they got robbed or whatever. But like, it's proof that those times existed or whatever. Like nobody believes that uh Horus had I think it was a bird or a falcon on his head or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't believe that, but you believe that a man walked on water.
But I don't necessarily believe Jesus, so no. But I just don't believe in that whole genetic stuff. I just think, first
I'm
of all, I think
saying,
that's like more important
but you see
after
what you're
like
doing there. I
Egyptian
don't believe
type
it either.
stuff. Just like
I don't believe they even believe that those beings existed. I think those were metaphoric things that describe their times. And I think you can look at the whole Bible as a metaphoric story. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe it's real. You know what I'm
but
saying?
a lot of those early citizens, early groups, they had those mixture of gods. Because you know, they God as a they guys have like head like eagles bodies, but a human head.
Right, right.
And
But you saying you
I mean,
don't believe those, but you believe that a man turned a stick into a snake. That you believe that
I
a
never said
play
that.
a play
No, I don't.
okay. But you believe the Jonah and the whale story though, right?
I don't believe it. I'm not told you. I don't believe. I'm not gonna believe in God.
But you said
I mean, if I get Jesus, then I get to him. But right
history will
now, no,
prove
I
these
don't.
stories. You said history will prove these stories. So if history will validate these stories, it should
But
validate
I
belief
think
in it.
Jesus was a real person. I don't know what's to the extent of. I
Okay.
don't know, bro.
Okay.
Honestly,
Even with the
I
Jesus
can't speak
story,
for Jesus. I don't know.
can you
I'm going
explain
off what I
why?
was told.
Can you explain why it's other beliefs that have some of the same stories as Jesus that existed before his story came along?
I have no idea. But I mean, you know
That's
what they
what I'm
say, great
saying.
minds think alike. I'm sure, but he's
That's what I'm
the
saying.
same
Like
thing somewhere else. I
man,
mean, or I don't know, because I
I
mean,
would love to
Christian
get
was one of the. I don't appreciate.
I would love to get somebody that's really a Bible thumper that can break some stuff down to me. But I would like to have also, and I want to be a Christian because I want to go get a Hebrew Israelite. They can break down the story, and you can watch, and you can see how they gonna be interpreting all the stories differently or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Off that one book, it's like so many religions off that one book. And you know what I'm saying? Because some say we the chosen people, some he say he loves all or whatever. And then I just I'm confused about it, whatever. But I'm not gonna fall upon it because like just a lot of stories don't make sense. Like the whole Revelation story is just like ridiculous. Like I mean, I can't remember who it was. that Jesus punished because he had sex with. He told him to go have sex with somebody's wife. I can't remember who it was. And then when he pulled out, he punished him for that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
these
Did have to
stories
do a
in the
lot of
Bible.
stuff.
Well,
He ain't just all one day. I mean,
I can't remember. Once again, I can't
33
remember the
years.
characters in the
He
book.
had to do stuff.
It was these two men that came. The story is done twice or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody say Black Panther and Lion King is the same thing. This story I'm going to describe is the same thing. It was supposed to be what these two. I want to say it was in Solomon and Gomorrah, the first story or whatever. But the two angels came and the guy took him in or whatever, and the people came and wanted to rape him.
Yeah, I know.
He gave him his daughter. Then that story was repeated with these two men came to the village or whatever, and the man brought him in, and the people wanted to rape them, and he gave him his daughter or whatever. And I know one of them was Solomon Girl. That's why I need somebody that's a real Bible thumper. You know what I'm saying? They can tell you, oh, you talking about this.
That's the one. But see, that one was that's.
You know what I'm saying? So it just, I don't get it.
Yeah, hold on, because that story was kind of wild too. It's like,
what about
angels came? They tried to rape the angel, and he gave his daughter.
Yeah,
I could have did that.
Have your way with her.
Like, y'all angels, y'all can defend yourselves. Come on,
what about the story?
They was gonna let him do it.
What was the guy name? Like I said, I can't remember the characters in the book. But what about when the guy was supposed to become married to the king's daughter or whatever, and he told him to go get basically he had to go get the 200 of the skin of men that was circumcised or whatever. What? Like the foreskin, he had to get 200 foreskins. What? That's in the Bible.
Oh, you talking about? I think I remember. Yo, that's what I was saying. That's
but hey, look,
what's up? I had holding the dick like that's real game. I don't know, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying right there. Like some of these stories are so goofy, and people just believe it. But I'm not saying that you're wrong for having a system, but it's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense to me. Just a lot of stuff that doesn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just, we ain't finna go too much longer, bro. It just, this is just where I'm at right now. Cause like I said, I was just watching this stuff and I'm like, just more contradictory and confusing stuff in this book or whatever. But when you present it to people, well, you know, I have a relationship with Jesus and I'm covered by the cloth and blah, blah, this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? So I'm covered by the blood. That's what they say. So were your people covered by the blood when these white people was castrating them, pulling the babies out the woman's bellies and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Like who was covered by the blood during that time? You know what I'm saying? When these people were snatched from their homelands, even before they came here, when they were snatched from their homelands, you know what I'm saying? Were they covered by the blood? Because they didn't believe in your God. A lot of slaves, from what I've read, they had more of an Islamic belief system or whatever. But then when they was brought over here, as generations went on, no, we're not gonna give you that God. So you took our God.
I mean, hold on. Because we not like the Islamic they thing they did. They were like they put fake religion on.
Listen. I'm not.
They didn't know better than.
But you got to hear what I said though. I say I speak on Christianity because that's where I come from. I told you all these religions is goofy to me. So I'm not singling out Christianity. It's just that's the one I grew up under. That's why I speak on them. You know what I'm saying? Islamic is goofy shit too, man. A rock and all. Wait. And then if God says he has a womb, so is God a woman now? And then when you tell them that, oh boy, they run from that right there. But and when you speak in the Hebrew language, it's basically telling God's a woman, and they don't believe that or whatever. So they no, that's wrong. There's a bunch of contradictions with that Islam stuff too.
That's definitely wrong.
What? You think God's a man?
God ain't a woman. I don't know. I think God is
God is a male.
He's a mixture of both.
Yes, that's what he is. He's a morphodite.
I don't know if I'm not gonna. You want to put that out there? That's okay.
Like them terms.
A human term. Yeah, I wouldn't put that, but I think I don't know,
But this
God.
is
But
what
I'm
you
thinking
saying
maybe
you saying
he has to
you
concentrate.
saying he.
I don't know. I
That's
don't know.
a human term.
I don't know. I
He
say
is a
higher
human
power
term.
God.
He is a human term, but you're
Yeah,
not
it
gonna say
is.
she. So
It
just say that
is.
morphodite.
You be tripping. I don't be saying some stuff.
I'm just saying, man. You know,
I'm doing that.
like
Yeah, no, nigga.
I
I
would,
don't be doing all that.
I
You
would
be doing all
love
that
to have a
crazy shit.
conversation with y'all, God, bro. I would love to. Like, bro, just make it.
I don't know.
I
I'm pretty
can
sure
hear good.
God would love a conversation with you too.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure God would want a conversation with you
Yeah,
too.
because the thing about it though, people when I speak on this stuff, people say I come off as offensive. Am I offending you or God?
You is. Look, you do.
But am I offending you or God? How you gonna
I
tell me
don't
how God
know.
feels?
But you gonna think
How
about
you
we're
gonna
gonna
tell
think
me
of
how
this. The
God
person
feels?
gonna take it.
I know they're
The
offended.
person gonna take it offended
They're
by it.
offended. But how can you tell me God's offended though? That's just that's your feelings on how it is. But what if God is a morphodite? And he be like, bro, you figured it out, bro. You the only one to get it right. Everybody else wrong. I'm both. I fucked myself.
See, no, I'm not both sides of the shit you talking.
Because you know what? You hold certain,
You
like
do what
once
you
again,
want,
you
man.
heard we hold
Yeah.
some things dear and near to us. But listen
I
though.
don't know. Just in case God is
But
real,
listen
I
though.
just sort of chill out with that.
But
Hey,
listen
you be
though.
wild.
But listen though. By me coming up as a Christian, it's certain things that I still hold on to. Even though I want to fight it and it doesn't make sense to me, I still like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's embedded in me. It's just like certain things that our parents did. We know it's wrong, you know what I'm saying? But it's embedded in us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you might go against it, but it's like you fight with those certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I fight with a lot of stuff because that's the way I was brought up. But then I just come back to, hey man, I'm a thinker. And me thinking that this is bullshit. And he's a morphodite. And it's a Harry Potter story.
You a wild guy, bro.
I'm not, bro. Like,
I
so
definitely think.
you said I go against Obama. I'm hard on Obama, and now I'm hard on God.
Yeah, I definitely think we. Well, I guess I know this wasn't what we were planning on talking about.
It wasn't.
But I think you definitely. It was.
It wasn't. It's just like I said.
Oh yeah, I know.
And
And I
just went
definitely
down here.
think we could definitely should do a part two.
Yeah. And
I wasn't.
And when we
Because I know we had little audio issues, so
we
sometimes
did.
I couldn't hear what you were
And my
saying.
camera off.
Yeah, so I didn't even know because I was trying to talk and you was going. I was like, I know he. I was like, so we definitely. Cause I guess we kind of because at first I was on some whole I was a little scared about talking about it, but now I'm not. I do. You be doing a little too much. I don't be saying the shit you be saying.
Yeah.
But I do agree with a lot. Like it's a lot of unanswered questions, and it's just like I doesn't. You know what I mean? Like.
Hey, no.
I mean, it's too much uncertainty.
It's one dude, man, when he be talking, he be like, this bastard, Jesus is yours, this bastard God. It's this dude I be listening to or whatever. Like, he go in, bro. And I'm like, ugh. It make me cringe or whatever. He be calling him a bastard. And I'm like, ugh.
I mean, some people do. I mean, I don't know. Some people do.
But I feel
just
like I say, just certain things we hold dear and close to us that make us cringe or whatever. But I guarantee if it was a person that was a morphodite, they would be like, well, hey, he made me this way. God made me this way. You know what I'm saying? So are they offended because they're a morphodite? They might be uncomfortable in their own skin, but that's who they are. But see, like, y'all, we want to put these labels on God. And then when I put my label on God, I'm the bad guy. I do feel like if it is a guy, he's full of shit. From that Bible, the Bible.
I'm pretty sure you're not the only one that feel like that. So.
I don't think he fuck with black people.
I don't know either. I kind of ain't gonna lie, dude.
But then you'll have people that have a blessing in their life and they'll say, oh, this was God. But then when bad things happen, they say it was the devil. But even in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, it was things that God did to people, you know what I'm saying? And God told you he did these things or whatever. So how do you know sometimes when you're being tested in life, that's got God right there? Or something bad happened to you and that's God right there. Because hell, even with the story of Job or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was God and the devil basically making a bet, you know what I'm saying? You could put them through all this stuff. Even though it was the devil doing these things, God allowed the devil to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And if the devil's Lucifer has been kicked from earth, but it say I've been to and from, so how is he going back and forth and you kicked him out, bro? Man, stop playing, man. Stop playing with me this stuff. I mean, that's just me, man. You know. Hey,
I feel you.
Look, now this on Facebook or whatever. I might have some family members to watch this, and they're gonna call, oh man, this and the third. But I don't have these conversations with my family before, you know what I'm saying? But I guess putting it out here in the world, but it doesn't make me a bad person. I just don't believe what you believe. And some countries they key for these beliefs or whatever. Like if you don't follow a certain type of belief system or whatever. But this is America, you know what I'm saying? I'm entitled to feel the way I feel. You're entitled to feel the way you feel. And I guess when it's all said and done, we'll figure it out. We'll all figure it out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm wrong, then you know, hey, it's a rough eternity for me. It's a rough eternity.
Man, well, I mean, and that's the thing too, man. I think sometimes I know for me, a lot of times I feel like I've been scared of. I don't know if God is real, but I've been so scared of hell.
Because you know why? Because they put that fear into you as a child. It's the same thing.
Yeah, hold on. But that's what I'm saying. I've been so scared of hell that yeah, exactly. So sometimes I feel like it made me scared to question God because I didn't want to go to hell because hell doesn't sound appealing if it is real.
It's
but
not
at the same time, it's like if I don't believe in God and all that stuff, how would I believe in hell? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like I don't know how I know heaven is real. I be asking people like, how you know heaven is real? And
heaven doesn't sound fun at all to me, man. It doesn't.
Bro, hold on. We don't want to get too. I'm gonna tell you. We should because I do want to talk about that too. You know what I'm saying? But
so you want to do a part 2 then? We can get off.
Yeah, we gotta do a part 2. And nigga,
now your audio finally on point.
Huh?
Now you found your audio seems like it don't caught up with me or whatever. I don't know what you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My kids here, I be having to tell them to stop. I gotta feed them and stuff like that. So it'd be better.
Just saying like your
that
audio.
way I ain't gotta worry about them. But I think we definitely do a part 2.
Okay, and what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna reach out to some people, man. If I can get somebody, hell, if I can get a pastor on here, you know what I'm saying. But I also want to.
Hey, bro, you can't be saying something.
Hey, look, but I'll let them know, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna come aggressive.
Oh, see, you ain't gonna do that.
And then I want to get a Hebrew Israelite or a Muslim or whatever, you know what I'm saying. And like just let them describe and be able to handle my questions. You know what I'm saying? Or my disgruntlement or whatever. So, you know, I talk shit. So if I can't find nobody, and it doesn't mean that nobody will do it. It's just if I can't find nobody, I can't find nobody. But we definitely do a part 2 because Trey had a family emergency. Because he literally called me like right before you text me or whatever, you know what I'm saying, told me he was on your way home. So he had a little situation. So we can get, if he able to do the show next week or whatever, that's cool or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I would like to get a pastor on here, and I would like to get somebody of another belief that knows their religion. I ain't talking about like, you remember Knowledge or whatever when he became a Hebrew Israelite. Like I know you call him something else or whatever, but that's what I know.
James.
Okay, with James or whatever.
I call him a nigga, but his name is James.
Okay.
Keep out here talking about you knowledge, you ain't no good. I ain't even gonna do that.
I mean, I'm just saying with Knowledge or whatever, you know. But that's how I know him. Okay, I'm gonna say James. With James, when he came into his whole understanding of the Hebrew Israelite, bro, you fresh out the boat. So everything he was saying I was debunking. Like, and I'm not even a Bible thumper. And everything he's saying I was debunking from A to Z. So I would like to get somebody that's fine tuned into their belief system, whatever. But I would love to get a pastor or somebody that's fine tuned in the Bible, and just so we can hear the contradictions. If I can get those too, bro, I'm gonna have a list of stuff I'm gonna do my homework and have a list of stuff of contradictions. I'm gonna have a list of stuff that doesn't make any sense, that scientifically is not possible. Like the whole Jonah and the whale story. It's not possible. It's not possible. It sounds good.
I mean, but does that even matter?
It does.
To us?
The Bible.
To us? I mean, us as human beings right now, does that story even matter?
It does matter because in the Bible is true. And the Bible is the word. And God.
But see, I don't think everything. That's what I'm saying. We gotta talk. We gotta do a part 2 because there's other stuff I want to talk about how when it comes to like the evolution.
So this
definitely gotta do part 2 because I definitely got.
This is what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna try to find somebody. But I also want you to get your questions together. Like actually sit down and write out some questions, stuff that makes sense and don't make sense to you though. So we can do a real dialogue this time. Cause like everything right now just like it was just top of the head is bullshit Timmy type stuff. And he's a morphodite. And Obama's a homosexual.
You can't be doing that. You can't. Anybody
I can't.
You're gonna have to be way more respectful for that.
No. I don't have to be respectful. That's why I say.
But it's because you gotta think about it. You gonna ask somebody to come in, like you ask a pastor to come in, but you're gonna say stuff like that.
But they got thick skin. I'm not gonna get anybody on here that don't have thick skin. I'm not gonna attack the pastor. I'm attacking his belief.
But you can't say that.
I'm not gonna call the pastor. I'm not gonna call the pastor homosexual.
I wouldn't even entertain you. If I was a pastor, you talking like that, I couldn't entertain you no more. Then
if that's what it is, that's what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to get somebody that, like I said, you ain't got to be a pastor. Somebody that knows the Bible. And if if I'm saying anything, correct me where I'm wrong. Show me where I'm wrong, and I but okay, I won't say he's a morphodite no more. I'm just saying.
I don't know. We can't do that. I don't know about doing a part two.
I just came into the conclusion.
No, we can't do the part two. We got to do something different.
I just came into the understanding he's a morphodite when you start saying he, and we was like, what if he's a she? Well, hell, he's both. He's a morphodite. So I just came to understand tonight.
Hey, when you call me over the internet, would you have to call me? Because I don't know. It did. This happened before. When it's like he was talking, it was lagging, and I was trying to
my video lagging. I got my autofocus on or whatever, so it's like it's catch me at different times. So I know but the one thing, as long as the audio is good, we good. Your audio, I don't know what was going on with it, but like after everything, it was like a little popping sound, but I was still able to understand what you were saying.
Yeah, well, because there was times like now it's straight now, but it's like there was times when you was talking and I was talking.
I'm gonna have to come over your house and I'm gonna have to come over your house and see what you done did or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Because it seemed like it.
I'm gonna have to come back over there and reset it up, bro. That's all.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna get up out of here. Anything you wanna shout out to? And do you want anybody want to apologize to? There's hearing this and hearing me calling God.
Apologize to none of you motherfuckers, okay? Because you Christians, Christians came there. The white man used Christianity. The Arabic man used Islam. They use those religions to trap the African, and his ass went and followed everything. But that's the thing about the African I don't understand. Why the fuck when you become religious, why do you take on that religion? Why you still can't be yourself and still be, you know what I'm saying, be a part of that? Why do you become that?
Right.
It's like when the Africans became Muslims, they became Muslim.
Right.
It's like they don't know how to be African and be
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they done changed their whole name. They name Kareem Fatima. Nigga, your name, that's not an African name, Kareem Fatima.
Right. I'm
just saying.
You your name Roslev X, bro.
But that's a mixture of stuff.
I'm just showing you how
but it's not because I'm a Christian.
No. I'm saying like you have people that come into their understanding and they want to detach themselves from certain things culturally that was done to them in the American terms, so they renamed themselves. I know a lot of Muslims and Hebrews do that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a slave name, and I'm gonna define myself under my belief system now. Because you got to think about it. It was Malcolm Little, then became Malcolm X, then became El Shabazz.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But he's still. I think for the Nation
Malik
Islam.
Malik El Shabazz. I'm sorry, Malik.
The Nation Islam. I feel like he still was himself, but he didn't become. I mean, he became Islam. Like more later on, he did, but he still was. But he still was Malcolm the African. He was still Malcolm. He still had his own identity.
But remember, before his name went from Malcolm to Malik El Shabazz. Like he detached himself from all that. Then you got Stokely Carmichael.
But I don't think it changed him as, huh?
You got Stokely Carmichael changed his name to Kwame Ture.
But they still who they are. I don't know, like when you become when you just feel a whole complete transformation of yourself.
Okay.
Like, bro, you do all that name change stuff, but like, don't be trying to act like you gotta know all this Arabic. Nigga, that's not your native. I mean, you can know it all, but you know history. I don't know, bro. That's a whole other conversation. And I don't want to be.
All right. So we're gonna end this show here, whatever. Hopefully, we're gonna get a part 2 out here for you guys or whatever that's watching.
Yeah,
and if somebody out there watching that feel like they can answer some of these questions I have or some of the questions you have, just hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. But I'm gonna try my best to reach out to some folks. It might be a family member of mine. You know what I'm saying? So they might be able to take it a little bit better because they know how I am. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if it's not, I don't care who it is, but like just understand, like I'm not gonna sugarcoat certain things that don't make sense to me. So, you know, that's what it is. That's how I feel. You know, and if I'm wrong, then, you know, just help me out. Help me become a better person. Make it make sense, because the people that taught me, you know what I'm saying, like coming up, the way they taught me, it didn't, when I started questioning stuff, it didn't solidify. It wasn't strong enough to keep me there. Yeah, I say that there. The stuff I was taught, it was like a lot. My whole family falls upon the Christian identity or whatever. Like my brother, you know what I'm saying? He's a Rasta, but that ties into Christianity too.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
But you got to think about, it's one of the few religions that was early religions out there. So I mean, you know, there's religions and there's more of
it's not one of the earliest. It's Western. It's one upon.
Nah, it wasn't westernized. It's still one.
No. But I'm saying it was belief systems that were there before that. You have some religions or spiritualities or whatever. Okay, you know what? I give you religion, because some spiritualities systems or whatever that believe in multiple gods and stuff like that predate Christianity. You know what I'm saying? It's up, like I say, it's other stories of the same belief system or whatever. Well, I mean, that same stories that predate Christianity. Like Jesus is not the first crucified savior. He's not. He's like the number 16, if I'm not mistaken. So you mean tell me 15 people got crucified? I'm just saying. I know, but Obama's a homosexual.
Hey, shout out to your brother,
Rastafari. And then, another thing that doesn't make sense, like you look at when people do what they call it, when you drink the wine and it's supposed to be the blood of God, and what is that called? Communion. When they do communion, man, that's some vampire type stuff. You're supposed to be drinking the blood. No, that's cannibalism. It's cannibalism. It's supposed to, the wine supposed to represent the blood.
Hey man, hold on, bro. We supposed to
that is cannibalism.
You got to say this for part 2.
Okay, you're right.
Because he's like, I'm starting thinking of this stuff, and it's like I got to get ready to go. And you got to say this for part 2. Now we have an idea what we're gonna talk about, so that would be the better, because we kind of just started talking about this. So now we know.
All right, y'all. So we out, man. You know, like I said, if anybody out there able to help us build on this or whatever, you want to be on the show and you want to prove us wrong, or you might have some clarification for us, just let us know. Appreciate y'all for watching. We out.